Welcome to this video on attendance policy compliance and management. In this session, I'll walk you through how to effectively implement attendance policies in your organization to ensure consistency, transparency, and compliance. From setting to aligning with your company standards, we'll cover everything you need to manage attendance seamlessly and stay compliant. Let's dive in. From Dashboard, go to People, then Compliance, and click on Policy Planner. You can see there are two tabs, Attendance and Request. Today, we are going to implement attendance policies in the system, so we'll explore only the Attendance tab, and we'll cover the Request tab on upcoming videos. Now let's make a scenario for your better understanding. Suppose I want to implement policy for habitual late people of sales department, as I have created policy previously. Now, I want to implement that policy. And also, I want to reward overtime to the people of sales department, as I have created policy for overtime, and now I will implement it. Now let's create a policy planner for my scenario to implement the policy. Click on the Create button, and here you can see a pop-up appear. First is name. Let's name it Policy for Sales Department on Lates and OT. Next is applicable from. Here I will select from which date this policy will be effective in my company. And by clicking on this calendar icon, you can see there a calendar appear, and here I can select date. Here I'm selecting, let's say, 1st March 2025. Next is end date. Here I can select date of this policy to be ended, as some policies are for short time periods, like for example, in the month of Ramadan, different policies implemented just for 1 month, so you can cater accordingly. One more example is you have created one policy for an individual, and this will be implemented on him for 1 month. Our system gives you a customized approach so you can create according to your scenario. Here, I'm leaving it as I want this policy to be continued in the long run. Next is All Employees checkbox. I'll mark this if I want this policy planner to be implemented on all employees in my organization, but I just want the sales department to be affected with my policy in this policy planner, so I'm leaving it. Here's one more thing. The latest selected policy in the planner will be considered by the system. Suppose there are multiple policy planners running, and the late arrival policy for sales department employees exists in a previous planner, along with an already allocated compensatory leave policy. Now, in a new policy planner, if you assign late arrival and overtime policies to the same employees, the system will pick compensatory leave from the previous planner, while late arrival and overtime will be picked from the latest one, ensuring only the most recent configuration is implemented. Now, moving further, all attendance policies sections are here, and I'll select only the policies I want to implement in this policy planner here. I'll go according to my scenario, and select Created Policy for Late Arrival from here. And I'm selecting Late, as this is my previously created policy for late arrivals of employees you can select according to your scenario. Next is Overtime according to my scenario, and from here I'm selecting Overtime. And simply click on Next. You're now on the second page, as you can see. Here I'll select employees which I want to be affected by my policy. The system will skip the second page if you mark all employees in the checkbox in the previous page. Moving forward, you can use different filters to filter out employees according to your scenario. Here, according to my scenario, I want the sales department to be affected by my policy, so I'll go to the department filter, and from here I'll select Sales and simply click on Search. Now beneath it, you can see all employees from the sales department appear in the Unselected Employees box, and from here, I can move one employee to the Selected Employee box like this, and all employees by clicking on this double arrow icon to the Selected Employees box. And simply click Next here. You can see the third page appeared here is the preview of my policy planner to be implemented. Now I'm clicking on Save to implement this policy planner. One more thing. I have created and implemented various policies in the company, such as late arrival and overtime policies. Now, I want these implemented policies to be automatically reflected in the monthly payroll, as they directly impact the earnings and deductions of employees. What should I do to ensure that the payroll calculations are accurately aligned with these policies? To apply your implemented policies in payroll, go to the Payroll section, then click on Payrolls. Here, you can see your existing payrolls. For detailed guidance on payroll management, you can watch the pop-up video or find the link in the description for an in-depth understanding. Now, select the payroll you want to edit. A pop-up will appear. Navigate to the Pay Items section. The policies you've created, like late arrival and overtime, automatically appear here as pay items. To add them, click the Add button. In the drop-down, type and select Late Arrival for the late arrival policy. Then again, use the drop-down to search and select Overtime for the overtime policy. Once added, click Save. Now, whenever you run this payroll in your company, these implemented policies will automatically be applied to the selected employees and will accurately impact their earnings and deductions based on their attendance. That's it. Now you can implement policies according to your scenario. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay tuned for more how-to guides.